All right, welcome back, everybody. More BSL? Yes, there is more, but not for long. Just as a brief kind of announcement, just don't forget, this is the end of the round of 16. Next week, there is a break. So it's going to be the break SL, the BSL will be taking a brief vacation as Zero takes a brave vacation and I take a vacation to head on up to Russia, where we will be casting the Corrupted Cup. Zero, of course, casting in Polish, and I'll be doing some casting in English. Also, going up there with Artosis and a bunch of the other best players in the world to go play Brood War for, I think, $10,000. What? So crazy. The prize pool, I don't even know. It's insane. So, big shout out to Russ Brain for running that tournament. And I'm just going to thank you all in advance for watching it, because you should. It's amazing. So definitely tune into the Corrupted Cup next week. So you got to get your BSL filled today, because it's going to be a couple weeks before we move on to the round of 8. So we still have to find out which players will be in the round of 8. And so coming up next, we've got the decider match, for the winner's match, to figure out which player is going to advance. Is it going to be trutacz, or in what I think I would consider a small upset, is it going to be CasTrO? Because, I mean, CasTrO actually looked pretty good, Nyoken.
Yeah, CasTrO, he's really good in Zerg versus Terran and Zerg versus Protoss, but Zerg versus Zerg, completely different beast, completely different style.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he can match someone like trutacz, who just looks unstoppable in this matchup.
Yeah, trutacz, I think it's safe to say, is on another level. Probably in all matchups, but specifically ZVZ, it's so scary. So, I mean, I don't have to talk about it, because I can literally just say, let's get into the game, be quiet, and you guys are going to witness the greatness. I'm pretty confident, but not totally. I would say, let's see what CasTrO can do, because we already watched him do some pretty strong play in his previous series. So I'm not counting him out. I'm just trying to give you guys a realistic expectation here. Obviously, it is going to be a battle of Poland versus Peru, so I think both fans from both places are pretty biased. So I'm going to do what Nyoken was trying to do yesterday. I'm going to advise the fans to give their players their energy.
Yes.
Really cheer super hard for your player, because only then will they be able to triumph for the country that they're representing. Okay, go for it, guys. We're going to get into game number 1. It's going to be Sylphid, Power Bond, and Ground Zero is our map list. Let's get into game 1. Autobots transform RSA. I've never heard that in another language. Let's get into it. Game number 1 in the 12 o'clock location at the top of Sylphid in the yellow, playing Zerg. It's CasTrO.
In the bottom left, we've got the Polish Zerg player. It is trutacz. So we saw 2 different styles from trutacz. I wonder if we're going to see the same 2 openers, or is he going to do a different build? Because CasTrO is definitely a different type of player than Babo is. But really, I just don't know what to expect from CasTrO at all. I think I've seen him play ZVZ once, and it actually looked pretty normal, but I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, I also do not remember exactly. So I'm just going to defer to saying we'll see what happens. Yeah, I actually... Wow, I think you just broke my brain. I'm pretty sure okay, never mind. I know nothing anymore. My brain is tabula rasa. What game are we playing? Okay, I'm just going to talk about what's happening here, because the builds are actually going to be pretty different. We've already got 9 pool gas on the way from CasTrO.
From trutacz.
Oh, so over pool coming from CasTrO then. Yeah.
CasTrO is actually going to go for 12 hatch.
What?
So CasTrO,
what?
As expected, this is Greedman, and trutacz being very aggro. So this, again, may be a very quick game. And this is the same opener that we saw trutacz use on Power Bond. And we saw how he transitioned out of this with the low ground natural, went into the evolution chamber. But now that he's going to see the 12 hatch, probably not going to go for that.
Yes. Yeah, just never listen when I say what build it is because I will immediately be proven wrong. So probably go with Nyoken on that one. So yes, you are right. This could just be a very fast game. We're gonna have True Touch with speedlings across the map faster than anybody knows what to do with them. Actually, he's just gonna skip speed, go straight to lair, and I think that's probably just as deadly a combination. At least the Overlord gets here just in time to see the 6 lings head out.
Yeah, actually, this is not the build that True Touch used in Power Bond. This is the build that Bobo used in Power Bond, where he got the lair. Oh, he's putting back onto gas. Okay, here come those lings, and this was 12 hatch, 11 pool, 10 gas. CasTrO did not build any extra drones, and this is going to be pretty difficult because unlike other maps, when these lings run by, oh, actually, okay, yeah, he's going to fight the hatchery, but when he runs into the main, if he run a cancel, what?
Whoa! You're supposed to let that finish, right? Like, I'm not wrong about that. I feel like also then losing the drone, like, does he not just lose the game at this point? Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he just loses.
Maybe you cancel, but if you cancel, you at least need, and now he starts it again. That must have been a misclick because there's no way you cancel and insta build it, but he did.
I'm pretty, yeah, that must have been like a panic cancel. I don't know why that is your panic reaction though, because that should just never be your reaction. Like I was seeing some friends who just got back to Korea after being gone for a while, and I was just like saying hi to one of them, and the other comes up behind me and just says hi, and I jumped out of my skin. I was so scared. But I feel like even that is a more appropriate panic reaction than canceling your hatchery and then instantly rebuilding it.
Usually, if you're going to cancel it, you at least let it take a few hits.
Yeah, just buy some time.
I don't know how far along it was, but it did force the lings into the main. He actually killed the majority of the lings, and now the hatchery is going to get up. So it wasn't actually as bad as I thought. I thought for sure that, this guy's just going to run in and kill every single drone. But that's not the case. CasTrO also has layers, surprisingly. There's no Spire, though, but he does have tech. He's getting the evolution chamber, just like True Touch did in the previous series. And this time, the onus is going to be on True Touch to get something done, which Bobo couldn't get done.
Man, imagine if he had gone speed instead of lair here. Whew. I mean, I think the lair is still going to be just as deadly, like I said, but I'm watching this huge wall of Zerglings that will actually just not do anything. So, I mean, there is a spore going up in the main, or a couple of spores going up in the main. And there's going to be an attempt at one in the natural. I don't know how effective that will be.
This specific position, or even this specific map, Sylphid, I'm not the biggest fan of the spores, because if we look at the spore placement, putting it in the mineral line at the top, it still exposes certain parts of the drone line. So it's going to be hard for CasTrO to really kind of lock down his mineral line. He's having to build another spore at the natural, also even a second colony going down, but both players have snuck lings across the map. But here comes True Touch. He's got that Muta support. It's going to allow the lings to just waltz in. He may even actually kill both of these spores.
Yeah, I think he is actually just going to kill them. Wow, how did he get so many lings in there? He got one of the spores down. Obviously, one spore is still enough to fend off basically infinity mutas, but he might just actually rally lings on in there. No, he's actually still committing to mutas, as he should. The rest of his lings are still alive and might try to go back to that other spore, but ultimately these mutas will kill the majority of CasTrO's lings, and still kind of reign supreme in the skies, because I don't know how long it's going to be until we see a CasTrO Muta in the air.
Yeah, and this, there he goes. He almost got a drone, but this is a position that I don't think you can ever let True Touch in, because he's not going to sit. He's going to build more lings, more mutas, and try to actually win the game outright. We can see how far away the spore is from that little choke between the main and the nat. And what can really CasTrO do to try and wall off prevent links? But True doesn't even care. He just dives the drone line.
No, this is like definitely the big balls play to make here, because obviously you're taking hits you don't want. Wow, he actually lost the muta from doing that. So I mean, I guess it's still worth, because like CasTrO has way too many drones, but that is something we should talk about. CasTro's got 17 drones, TrueTouch only 11, so there's some ground to make up with these mutas. Oh, loses another muta.
Yeah, surprisingly, the Spores have got heat seeker missiles on them, picking out the low HP mutalist. But this is so hard to make work in ZVZ, where you're the one trying to power drone. Meanwhile, the other guy has the air advantage. They got positional advantage. They're going to be able to run Lings into the main. And what does really TrueTouch have, or CasTrO have, to defend any Ling run by? Nothing. He has Spores. There's no sunken anywhere. So CasTro's trying to power, which is probably what he should do, but it's one of the hardest things to do in ZVZ. Probably the hardest thing to do.
Ooh, another. Yeah. Man, how does he keep losing mutas to this? Like, I get that he's diving, but I feel like the mutas are dying, like, uncharacteristically fast. Yeah, wow, he's now back down to 4 mutas again. Holy.
Yeah, these Spores have gotten 6 muta kills. And even though CasTro's losing drones, if we take a look back into the main, he's got his Spire building, and his gas is way higher than TrueTouch's right now. So even though TrueTouch has mutas out on the map right now, CasTrO may actually be able to even up the muta count in the next minute or two.
I'm so surprised at this point. I mean, obviously, it sucks to lose drones, but it's way easier to remake a drone than it is to remake a muta. So I think CasTrO will actually come out ahead in all of this, even though TrueTouch does have a scary muta ball. 20 to 15 drones is a place every Zerg player wishes they were.
And now the real problem for CasTrO is he just needs to get some minerals so that he can actually build these mutalisks. Also, back in the main of this Spire Spore colony placement is really jacking up his main gas income. Hopefully that doesn't, hopefully that's not the difference maker in any fight, because if that was to happen, that would be pretty heartbreaking. But we do finally have the Spire done. He's instantly started armor, and TrueTouch is matching the armor. Oh, actually, TrueTouch already has +1 weapon. So just like we were talking about in the Babo series, he did get +1 weapon because he does want to dive these Spores. There he goes again. He's going to pick it off, but now that he sees the mutas, probably going to turn around.
Is TrueTouch really going to fight mutas over Spores? I feel like that's not a winning recipe. I mean, he does have that +1 weapons, so obviously I think that's what he's banking on here. But, I mean, there are still other Spores. Picking up that gas would be really big, though.
Well, the difference between TrueTouch and Babo is this time TrueTouch, the one with the muta advantage, he's not being passive with his mutas. Look, he's just killing the extractor, and even the splash damage has knocked down the Spire to half health. He's going to pick up the Spire.
Is he really? Oh my god. This +1 weapons upgrade, we don't often see that done first, but especially if you can get it before your opponent is going to be getting their armor upgrade, you can really put down some pain. And so taking down that Spire and the gas, it's going to be so hard for CasTrO to get back on the muta game.
Yeah, and again, the muta's just splashing, and you got to keep your eye on that Spire. The Spire's already taken 40, 50 damage right there. This splash, it even kills a drone. What?
It'll do it to you that way. Well, I think CasTrO is pretty out of this. I mean, obviously, it's going to take some time. He's still up in drones, but he can't mine gas from his main, so that's going to be a definite downside. In the meantime, TrueTouch still continuing to get further ahead back home, so it's going to be rough for CasTrO to come back from here.
Yeah, here comes TrueTouch again. Let's see if that one Spore in the natural can get any more muta kills. There's a lot of drones here that he can potentially pick off. Mutas in the main are way out of position. Can't help at all. There's 1 drone, 2 drones, 3. Oh, he does get a kill. That's 4. I'm just now realizing that buildings don't have damage counts or kill counts.
The kill counts, yeah. I feel like it would have been more worth it for him to dive that Spore and kill it and lose like 7 mutas than to just keep losing mutas over and over again to it.
That Spore has done way more damage than it should have done, but it just doesn't matter. Now the drone count is almost even. TrueTouch is going to he already does have +1 armor now, and he can really just attack anywhere. Oh, CasTrO trying to hide a base, but I think actually the Lings or Mutas saw it. Here you go. Okay, TrueTouch. What are these Mutas doing down here? He must suspect that the only
I
reason
think he.
CasTrO can be in this game is he's got to have something hidden.
Yeah, and oh, there we go. Gotcha. So I think that's gonna do it. Like with no possibility of a hidden base. Yeah, I think CasTrO. He's still like technically alive, but it's like he's a. This is like a Call of Duty game, and he's playing. TrueTouch is playing against a zombie. I don't know. CasTrO is gonna be pretty dead when these mutas show up.
How many mutas do we have? We've got control group here. We've got almost the second control group back at the main. There's a lot of spores in the main. God, this extractor placement. He's gonna kill the Spire with this. Oh no, he won't. The extractor's gonna die too fast.
Yeah, and there it goes. And CasTrO leaves instantly afterwards. So I think that was very poignant loss there. But I mean, it's only game number 1. Let's see what happens when we get into our next series. But I think, yeah, TrueTouch really. I don't know how you would characterize that because in the meantime, we didn't actually kind of talk about this, but CasTrO had already finished its Queen's Nest and was going to Hive. So we almost got there. I really want to see another one of those Hive Tech ZVZs. We've had one, and ever since then, I just miss it. So we were almost there, but obviously, I mean, CasTrO would have been pretty dead even if we got there. So TrueTouch dominating so far, has not lost a game in the round of 16. Hasn't lost a game all season long, if you want to look at it that way. Maybe next game will be the one. We'll see if CasTrO can do it. Let's see. What is our next map, Nyoken? Do you remember?
You know what map it is.
Oh, that's right. How dare I forget the only map we're allowed to play in BSL. Power Bond coming up. Oh, boy.
Yeah. I didn't realize that CasTrO was going for the Hive. I guess that is, of course, his only option, but I don't think you're ever going to get the Hive versus TrueTouch. That would be extremely surprising to me if he was able to actually get there. But this is game 2. TrueTouch 1 game away from making it out. Let's see if CasTrO can hold on, though. I think that if he didn't cancel that hat trick so early, maybe he would have had a better position. But never know. TrueTouch is just so deadly.
Yeah, that's actually really, really crucial. We didn't talk about that afterwards, but I'm still kind of confused about that. Either way, let's get into game number 2. The map is Power Bond, of course. What else would it be? Let's get into it and see which player is going to advance out of Group D. All right, here we go in the upper left-hand corner in the gray, playing Zerg from Poland. It is TrueTouch.
In the bottom middle, we've got the green Zerg. It is CasTrO. Now, just like in the Babo series, if I was thinking from TrueTouch's point of view, I would have the same thing, or same idea. This guy's probably going to build a lot of lanes versus me because I just feel like I'm the better player in the Muta game. So I would honestly open the same thing that TrueTouch did in Power Bond, which was the 12 pool, 12 gas expand.
Yeah, let's see if CasTrO still wants to play a little bit more greedily. He would have gotten away with it if it weren't for that dog and those meddling kids, aka Zerglings in game number 1. But I'm waiting. Up to 9 supply. What are we doing?
Yeah, everything's so... Oh, is that going to be gas? Probably extractor trick, right? No extractor trick. That is going to be...
Okay.
I'm trying to think. I think this was similar to the Sylph... Was it Sylphid in Babo? Sylphid game that they played?
Yeah, where he went for just like a faster gas.
Yeah, I think that this is essentially the same opener here. We've got the fast gas. TrueTouch is going for an overpool with it. And what is CasTrO going for? Actually, CasTrO went for 12 pool this time.
Yeah, so 12 pool versus like 9 gas. I guess that would mean like a 9 gas, and then the pool afterwards. So I actually really like this from trutacz. Gonna have a slight gas advantage, but also will allow him to get to that hive pretty quickly. Yeah, 3 drones on gas for both players, and away we go.
Yep, so I'm trying to think back to the Sylphid game. Oh no, it wasn't Sylphid, it was Gladiator. That's what it was, Gladiator. This is the same build that trutacz used on Gladiator. I remember it because I was like, that doesn't sound right. And trutacz got away with murder building the 6 links. And this time, CasTrO gets off the first scout. So trutacz not going to be able to get away with 6 links this time. And there is the in-base hatch for CasTrO. Where's he going to put his gas into? It's got to be speed.
Yeah, for sure. I think in-base hatchery, I'm still a little bit on the fence. See how well it works out for CasTrO, because I don't think that it's a great build into what trutacz is going to be bringing. So, yeah, trutacz lair about halfway done. Oof, this is going to be probably a difficult one for CasTrO. Is he going to be ready for mutas on time?
Yeah, the lair timing is actually very similar to trutacz, and trutacz with an in-base hatch of his own. I am a little surprised that it was not speed this time. Look at the gas advantage for trutacz. Neither player has speed. He's up 200 gas. That's going to be massive if we ever get to the muta play. But everything so far is, I guess, neither player wants to attack because trutacz only has 4 lings. CasTrO has only got 6 lings. He's not building any more drones at this point either, or any more lings at this point.
Yeah, so no more lings, just Spire on the way. For trutacz, Spire's just going to be a couple seconds slower there for CasTrO. But I really do like this build order for trutacz. I feel like it gives him a huge advantage. Obviously, gas, if you just look at the counts, he's double what CasTro's gas is, and that's going to directly translate into Mutalisks. And he also had like the slightly faster Spire, so he's going to have twice as many mutas faster.
CasTrO has started upgrading speed. Meanwhile, this is something I've noticed in almost all the games that we've seen trutacz play today. Gladiator, I don't think he got speed. Last map was actually hilarious because I was expecting to see speed on the lings, and they just never had speed. Even at the very end, the 12-minute mark or 13-minute mark, there was no speed on the ling. So this 200 gas ling, or 200 gas lead for trutacz, it's not even 200 now. It's now 300. So we're going to have 6 mutas versus 3. It's just almost you almost can't ever. It doesn't matter how many Scourge hits land. You just can't win when the muta count is that far superior for you. Oh man, that's a lot of lings. Here he comes.
That is quite a few lings. The conga line coming out from CasTrO as the lings head across the map. They have not been spotted, so they are still incognito. Is there Overlord in the middle of the map, though? Let's see if this scouts it. No, it actually does not see. Okay, now it does see the lings, and so now all of a sudden kind of panic mode for trutacz. He's got a Sunken in his main and Zerglings on top of his ramp, but I think CasTro's got more than enough to break through. He massacres the lings on the ramp, but yeah, right in the Valkyrie's music. Cue that. We got lings in the main. Let's see how many drones they're able to get. Are they going to focus down that Sunken? Got it down to half health. It is going to go down, but at what cost, right? Lings will die without really getting much else.
Yeah, he killed a Sunken, and now what does he have? He spent all of his larva on lings, and really they didn't do really that much. And trutacz has 7 mutas now. He's also got Scourge of his own. CasTro's scrambling to get up as much anti-air defense as he possibly can, but again, the huge gas difference. Both players are broke on gas, but trutacz just has so many mutas. Actually, this ling counterattack has forced trutacz to turn around, which is exactly what CasTrO needs.
I don't even think he needed to turn around. trutacz's drones were making magic happen there. I don't even think he lost one, did he? I think he may have lost one drone, or the Zerglings did almost no damage. Maybe they just did almost no damage. Yeah, I think he actually didn't lose one. Damn. So that does delay the mutas across the map, but obviously they're mutas and the map's pretty close. So here we go.
And here we go, 9 mutas versus 6. Just gotta watch out for those Scourge, but the muta micro is just crazy from trutacz. He's blasting out all these Scourge, and now he can just overwhelmingly win this fight.
Yep.
And now CasTrO's retreating, no force support. This is going to be it.
Yeah, that's definitely it. TruTouch wins the muted battle. It has a sick build order advantage and used that to perfection. And that means that TruTouch, a straight out 4-0 marathon run to the, or I guess 100-meter dash. He was right out the gate. Getting into the round of 8, so I don't think anybody is surprised by that. TruTouch, of course, the champion of Season 6 BSL. Season 7 looks like he's well on his way to getting back that title again. So, domination. That was kind of a clinic.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen TruTouch lose ZZZ. It's so good. Like, amazing, actually. I don't know how he does it. The way he turns around on a dime and just splashes Scourge, uses the extractor to splash, just incredible. So he's definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with in the round of 8 and beyond. But we do have CasTrO waiting in the deciders match. But now we're going to be getting into Bobo versus DMX.
Yeah, this should actually be a fun one. I want to see another series from DMX because I think he has so much more to offer than what we got a chance to see in his previous game versus CasTrO. So either way, we are going to get into that series after a quick break, so don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back with the losers match from Group D of the last round of the round of 16 in this season of BSL.